Hello and welcome to MGP342. I'm Kev, and with me this week, there's Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello.
As you'll notice, once again, that stupid idiot isn't here because inexplicably he's at yet another wedding. How is this even possible? Bear in mind, folks, context, we record on a Friday evening. I would like you to all tweet at MGUK Podcast and at RB6K, Sheepdog, on Twitter, and just let us know if you've ever been to a wedding at 26 minutes past 10 on a Friday night, which is the time now when we're recording this. I don't understand how he could possibly be at a wedding right now. He might have been at a wedding earlier today, in which case he could come and do his responsibilities and be on the podcast. He might be going to a wedding tomorrow, in which case he could record the podcast tonight. But I guarantee he is not at a wedding right now. Therefore, no excuses. He's an idiot. I think we should sack him. If anyone wants to play the part of village idiot on the podcast going forward, you can have Sheepdog's job. He's an idiot. He's fired. Is that reasonable?
See, I think when I came on, I think Sheepdog thought, I can get out of this village idiot role. And then he quickly resumed back. He quickly went straight back into that village idiot role. Pretty
village idiot.
Yeah.
He's just a buffoon. I don't understand how he thinks. I mean, at least mix your excuses up. You can't tell us every 3 weeks, I'm at a wedding. Nobody goes to that many weddings, Sheepdog. It's not possible. You don't know that many people. I mean, if you just have a look at what he gets up to on Twitter. Who's he talking to? Where's all these friends he reckons he's got?
He's not one of
Where's
these
all his mates?
He's not one of these wedding crashers, is he? Just turning up to these weddings and what's this here? Buffet.
Anything,
we go.
anything for a free buffet. Exactly.
Buffet and a dance. Let's go.
Open bar. I'm in.
Yeah.
This is how he funds his drinking properly. I don't buy booze and meat anymore, but if it's there at a wedding, I'll go and have a steak and a lager. That's what he's doing.
Maybe.
Right. Problem solved. We now know what he's doing. We need to keep an eye on him on MGPX weekend on Saturday the 20th of July at the Brewery Tap in Peterborough, because we're not far from like 3 churches. So he could be off at any moment. If he turns up in a tuxedo, we know he's planning on getting a free drink that afternoon by heading to any nearby weddings. I think we should get an actual priest turn up at MGPX just so that he feels at home. Or is he a priest? Have we checked this? Sheepdog might have become a priest. We need to check. He did become an ordained minister of the Church of Bacon a few years ago. I remember him gleefully telling me that he was now... I don't know if it counts now, he's vegetarian.
That's a good point.
But he was a minister of the Church of Bacon because he offered to marry me and Anna under Church of Bacon. I think that's why he did it. He wanted a Joey off a Friends situation where we let him do our wedding. And obviously we just told him no. But I guess he didn't want to put his 13 quid that he paid for his marriage licence to waste. So he's now going around marrying people at 10:30 on a Friday night. Probably just goes to local pubs. Oh, you two look friendly. Want to get married? Sheepdog's here. Buy me a drink and a burger, and I'll marry you. What a buffoon. Are you two all right? I feel like I've talked at length about Sheepdog.
It's all right.
Despite him not being here.
It's fine. I'm okay.
I'm having to do the usual starting the show with the Kev and Sheepdog banter without him. So it feels a little one-sided, but at least it's the good side. So, at least you've not got to hear him doing his extra from EastEnders nonsense. You two all right, are you? Because we have actually got to pass over to Sheepdog now because he's done a game review, apparently. Because he knew he wasn't going to be here, but he's still taking freebies. When was the last time he got me a freebie?
2 weeks, about a month ago, maybe.
That was a rhetorical question, Pab.
Okay.
Sheepdog, do your review.
Hello everyone, Sheepdog here. I'm sure Kev, Pab and Anna have very politely and kindly explained why I'm not on the podcast this week, but I am here for one very big reason. I did warn this company that releasing one of the biggest games of the year during the height of wedding season was a foolish plan that would only hurt their pockets, but they forged ahead anyway and insisted on me stopping everything and giving it a quick review. Now, I did hint last week on the podcast that I'd played a new game on the console that I couldn't talk about because it was under embargo, and I hadn't realised, so I desperately played it ready for last week's show and then was reading the small print moments before we started recording and realised my mistake. So, here I am recording the mighty Car Mechanic Simulator on Xbox One. Now, you'd be, a little bit confused if you thought, isn't this already on Steam? And it is already on Steam for £6. But if you don't like playing games on computer, then it's available on console for £25. That is just over 4 times the price. But, my word, you get a lot of good gaming here. You get to develop your career as a car mechanic. It has over 48 cars in the game, and more than 1,000 parts, and not just made up parts like I don't even know. I was going to say a flange, but I'm sure that's a part of a car, maybe. But it has proper parts from thousands of components. Buy for nothing, that's not buying, and sell for profit. Who doesn't love profit? But, well, I don't know, Steam apparently, because they're underselling this game. Now, I didn't know what to think on this. I thought, do I really want to be trying to add car mechanic to the many skills I have, including, being a friar in the Church of Bacon, hence all the weddings I'm in, being a dancer, a fashionista, a football manager, watch out Kev, award-winning podcasting host, handsome YouTuber, trained teacher, author, and entrepreneur. But, I tell you what, a few hours on this game, and I feel like I could do a bit of game writing here, but B, I know a lot more about dismantling a car. So the tutorial of this puts you in a room, letting you have a wander around, just telling you what everything is. You look at the thing that lifts cars up, the thing that makes the cars move around, the wheels, the table where all of your stuff like your drills sit. Why do you need a drill for working on cars? The thing where you hang the engine while you meddle with it. I didn't use any of these things. It just left you with a beat up old car and a brand new car. And I think the idea was you're supposed to get in one of them and take it for a test drive. I didn't read that part straight away. I basically just went to the beat up old car, lifted it off the ground slightly, and then wondered how many pieces I could remove before it told me the car was no longer a car. 3 hours later, I'd probably removed close to 1,000 of the parts they mention. There were a couple. It's really finicky. It was very relaxing. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want this to be a negative review. I've never been so chilled out. I was so zen after it that I just thought, this is going to become my pre-wedding routine from now on. I'm going to dismantle a car, belt out a few weddings, and then I'm going to get back to dismantling cars. Now, when I'd got about 800 pieces of the way through this car, I really, really, really wished that there was a bit of game writing here, because I was trying to remove the oil stick from the engine just so I could stick it in the pile with everything else, and it kept just telling me there was no oil in the car. And then I suddenly thought to myself, wouldn't it be amazing if someone come bursting in just as I removed all the wheels, just as I finished taking out all the pipes, just as I'd gutted the inside of all its chairs and steering wheels, if someone come running in and just, whoa, I only wanted an oil change, you maniac. And then the game would have forced me to put it all back together. And I was giggling away at myself, but it never happened. I felt like they let themselves down. You had to, in theory, replace the broken or the mouldy parts, or you'd get a car. So once I got past the tutorial, you bought a car for like $2,500, and it said it has a rusty brake or something. And then you look behind the wheel and go, there is a brake here and it is rusty. And you take it to your desk and it says it's 70% good, and you can either spend a tenner to make it a little bit better. And I just kept hammering that button and it went to 100. Or you can chuck it in the bin or put it to one side for later and buy a new one for like $1,000. The man has like 16 grand to spend, so I was just buying cars and doing them up and like very little, and then selling them on for. basically, I was just shorting it all. I was just like, I'm going to quickly scratch a bit of rust off of this brake. I'm going to stick it back in and sell the car for like 500 quid profit. And then I'm going to get another car. And I stopped playing at that point. But my grand vision for becoming this car mechanic was basically to just do the bare minimum. Pretty much like real life. If I was a real car mechanic, don't buy a car that I've worked on. Why would you? But if you are inclined to learn about that sort of thing, it does seem ridiculously detailed. When you are taking apart, I just wanted to remove this one brake part. When I wanted to remove the engine from a car, it turns out there's at least 30 screws holding it in. I'm saying 30, could have been more, could have been slightly less. It just seemed like every time I wanted to remove one part, it made me go through the motion of removing at least 6 screws and then move on to the next bit. So in my attempt to remove 800 parts from a car, I had to watch a lot of screws just be turned, and I had to tap A to do each individual one, which is probably part of the reason why it chilled me out so much. I'm not really sure what else I'm expected to say about this. It was a laugh. I mean, I texted my dad and said I got this game. He doesn't have an Xbox, so he couldn't exactly play it, but I was just like, is this something, if you had the console, if you get it on the PC, you've worked on cars, it's a hobby of his. He once bought a car that was all beaten up and did it all the way up to a certain point and then sold it on once he realised he just didn't have the time to do the rest of it and it was taking up room on our driveway. He could scratch that itch with this game as long and often as he wanted until he'd done all 48 car models. If he painted the cars, he could basically string that out to infinite models because let's face it, all cars are the same. But yeah, I think Red Dot have done, I think it's Red Dot, yep. It says Playway and Red Dot. I've done a good job with simulating what it's like to be a mechanic. And, I mean, personally, it's shown me that it's not the route for me. I'm going to stick to my weddings and my handsomeness and my hosting. But if you're wondering what it's like, or just like to doss around and play simulator games like the farming one and so forth, then this is for you. So yeah, there you go. There's my review. I think I can hear the sound of another wedding starting, so I'm off now. Thanks very much for listening to my review, and I'll see you all next week. Cheers.
Now, I know how it started, but I don't know how it ends, so I'm assuming he really politely handed back to me. But I'll level with you all. You've just sat and listened to his full review. I listened to the first 12 seconds of it and then turned it off.
Review of what?
I don't even know. What was he reviewing, Pav?
Oh, you want to know now? Right, okay, I can tell you, because everyone else has just heard it. It is Car Mechanic Simulator.
Okay.
Sounds amazing. I bet it was brilliant. I bet it was a really glowing review.
It was. It certainly was.
Excellent stuff. So, as we seem to have lurched into games so early in the show, I mean, at this point, I would like to talk about another hot new release. But I can't, because Amazon Prime has let me down again.
Told you.
Super Mario Maker 2, I've had pre-ordered since the day it was announced. I've had it pre-ordered on Amazon. And I even tweeted this morning a screenshot of my Amazon orders page where it said, arriving today. And I was it was just an excited tweet. Oh, Mario Maker's on its way.
And what have I told you, Kevin, for months and weeks that it will not come?
And then 10 hours later, I quote tweeted myself with a less excited screenshot of where it then ticked over to arriving tomorrow by 9 p.m.
Yep.
No explanation as to why. The Amazon guy came today. He brought a delivery, a different thing today.
Which I ordered yesterday.
And the thing that really frustrates me is that they don't tell you it's not coming until it's too late to get it from somewhere else. So all day it's been showing as arriving today by 8 p.m. And then Amazon guy turns up about 5 p.m. He's not got it. Okay, I'm getting a little worried, but it still says arriving today. I've checked, it still says arriving today. And it was about 7:30 that it ticked over to arriving tomorrow. Really? At which point I'm left with, right, I can't order it from somewhere else now. I can't cancel my Amazon order and order it from a different online place and get it for tomorrow. If I order it from anywhere else now, it's coming Monday or Tuesday. So they've guaranteed I can't get it anywhere else online. All the shops are closed, or they'll be closed by the time I get to them. So I can't go and buy it somewhere tonight. I can't cancel it for tomorrow. So they're so frustrating. Either get it to me the day it comes out like you're supposed to, or send me an email on the Thursday saying, Kev, you know what? it's going to be Saturday. I hope that's okay. And I'd probably go, yeah, that's fine. But at least I get the option to cancel.
Well, this is every time. This is why I stopped ordering from Amazon, because they never turn up. 3 games that I had didn't turn up from Amazon. So I went to Shop 2.
And I don't understand it, especially when we pay for Amazon Prime as well. Yeah. So we're paying for next day / same day delivery. And this thing that has a set release date months in advance, they would have had the stock in earlier this week. It's there. I don't understand what the difficulty is in getting it out to us on time. The only thing I can think is I don't know how their delivery infrastructure works. Is it the case of stuff that's delivered today goes out to the delivery guy yesterday and they're afraid of him delivering it early and they don't want to get in trouble? Because if that's the case, that's a stupid reason.
For me, I feel like Amazon, I'm not saying that the couriers are bad, but they have a lot of couriers that just they just fill a van full up of parcels and they just do a route, and if they don't get to you, they don't get to you. You know what I mean? They've got a set shift. But if we order
anything else, it comes. We get the same day deliveries around here. They come. If we order something for next day, we ordered a washing line that's like a 7-foot package. It came the next day. But
you get
the last 4 or 5 times we've ordered video games, months out, they don't turn up on launch day. And then you've got Shop 2, like Anna says, delivering a day or 2 before. If I'd have ordered this from Shop 2, I'd have had it on Wednesday probably.
Yep.
And it would have been cheaper. I get it from Amazon because I want the convenience of the fact that it's just one click. I've got Prime. I just want to get it ordered and forget about it. But it's getting to the point where I can't order games from Amazon anymore and expect them on launch day, and that's just stupid. So I've not played it. It's the moral of that tale.
I think I'm the same. I don't think I would buy games off Amazon unless they were either stupidly cheap, like there's an error or something in the pricing, or if
they always tempt me back in with their £2 off pre-orders.
Did they?
Even though it's only £2.
I thought they put a kibosh on that. I thought they just completely stopped that.
I don't think so.
I thought they'd stop that. Maybe that was just in America. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, I don't think I've actually pre-ordered a game from Amazon in a while. But then again, I'm doing mostly PC stuff now. It's all codes and digital. So,
well, that's the other thing. Because that's my other frustration. It didn't tick over to, okay, we can't get it to you today. It'll be tomorrow. Is that okay? It was ticked over to delivering tomorrow. Then I immediately got a dispatch email straight after. So they didn't even dispatch it until like 7:30 today, despite telling me all day it would be with me today. But by the time I knew it wasn't coming today, despite them telling me all day it's 8 p.m, at 7:30 when I found out it would be tomorrow, it was no longer cancelable. So I couldn't cancel the order and then download it. I'd have to download it, then get it delivered, then send it back, and it's just a pain in the back. So they know I'm not going to do that. But if they were fair to me and said, I mean, if they knew it wasn't even dispatched at lunchtime today, which it wasn't because I didn't get the email until 7:30, if they knew it wasn't dispatched at lunchtime, they could have just sent me an email at lunchtime saying, yeah, it will be tomorrow. And then I could have made a decision. Do I go and get it tomorrow? Do I wait until tomorrow? Or do I download it? Or do I go to a shop this afternoon? And at least I could be playing it today if I really wanted to. The fact of the matter is, it's not that much of a big deal. It's Mario Maker. But if this had been a really big game, or an online game, everyone's playing it, I'm desperate to get involved on launch day, then they're just... it makes me cross. I'm cross now, everybody. I'm going to get crosser if you tell me you've played it as well.
Well, I did download it. I got it for...
How much did it cost you to download?
Well, I did this thing that I told everyone a few weeks ago to do, the 2 for £84 deal that they're doing at the minute. They got like a voucher. You get a 2 for £84 voucher, so it works out approximately about £42 for a download. And that's pretty damn cheap for it, because it's normally about between 50 and 60 quid for the download on its own.
Still £4 more than I've paid.
Well, yeah, but I've got it, and you've not.
He's got it.
That's beside the point.
And it preloaded on Wednesday.
Good.
But yeah, so it gives you 2 vouchers, and you literally select the game, and you go, do you want to use your voucher on it? And you go, yeah, okay. And then it says you've got one voucher left. So I've got another voucher for other games. I've got 12 months on that voucher now to use it for another.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon. There's loads of games on there. The Marvel Ultimate Alliance, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
That as well. But I can get anything in the next 12 months with that voucher as well. So I have played it. I've played it enough to have a page of notes.
My word.
Things that are in the game, things that are different. I didn't want to miss things, and I didn't want to.
If you've written Mario down on this piece of paper, then
yeah, I've just written Mario Maker at the top and drawn his face.
Yeah, things that are in the game: Mario,
yeah,
Luigi,
okay,
mushrooms.
So, did you play? I bet you didn't. Did you? You didn't play the first one.
I played it for maybe an hour.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't play it massively. I think I made some levels. I enjoyed.
I didn't
playing.
make a level ever. I played some of the downloaded ones.
Right. Okay. So there's this in this game. There is a story mode. There's a full-on story mode in this game, which involves you making pre-made levels by Nintendo, and you have to make the princess's castle is destroyed pretty much immediately. You have to build it back up. But to build it back up, you need coins, and you collect coins by doing these pre-made levels. And these pre-made levels are all, like I said, made by Nintendo, and they are there, from what I can tell, this story mode, and seems to be a jumping off point for people. It's giving people ideas. There's loads of, I don't know how many levels there are. There's probably hundreds of them, I imagine. There's just levels where they've made and said, there you go. Oh, you can do this with the game. You can do that with the game. You can, you know what I mean? It makes you do these certain things, and it's basically giving everyone the idea what this game can actually do. It also shows you there's clear conditions now in the game, which weren't in the first one, I don't think, which requires, such as some of these, especially shown in the actual story mode, there is some levels like, oh, you're required to get this amount of coins, kill this amount of enemies. There's ones like finish as Big Mario, finish as Tanuki Suit Mario, or whatever it is, finish as Cat Mario, whatever it is. This condition is. There's several course conditions now. Don't jump in the level at all. There's all these different things in the game, so there's all that stuff. That's the story mode, pretty much. We've got so I probably put about an hour, maybe a bit more into the actual creator. Uploaded a level. There's the usual general, whatever it is, standard Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World, and the new Super Mario Brothers. They 4 course styles that you do, and then there's an extra style which is now 3D World. But that is a whole separate thing, and you have to, it has its own separate thing. You can't just switch between the two. It clears the level off when you select 3D World, because it has all different enemies, mechanics in the game. So you can't just go, oh, I've made a Super Mario Brothers level, I want to put it into 3D World, graphics and whatever. You can't do that because it won't let you do it. It'll reset everything. It'll just wipe the slate clean. You start again. So you need to be aware of that if you're going to make levels, and if you start making a level in 3D World and you want to change it to another one, it'll wipe it. So if you want to make a 3D World one, you stuck with it basically. If you want to.
When
do
you
that.
say 3D, do you mean proper 3D?
No, it's still 2D. It's just the 3D World mechanics, so to speak, and enemies and characters. So you have Cat Mario, and you have the bullet bills that come towards the screen rather than just going left to right, and other things like that. So then you have all the different things. So it's pretty much the same aesthetic as new Super Mario Brothers, but like I say, it's got more mechanics in it based on the 3D World stuff. It's not like the 3D World game where you would be the 3D World games were top downish, weren't they? And they were in a 3D environment. No, they're not like that. No, they're not like that. But like I say, there is that. That is the different styles that you can do. There's many different things you can do in the actual game, creating it. New things that I've seen, like I say, in the old one, you could put custom sounds and custom animations in it. You'd run over something and you'd have like a scream or something like that, and it'd pop off or something like that. Now there's custom music in there as well. Custom music, sounds, and animations you can put in. I've seen videos with Super Mario Sunshine and the music from Super Mario 64. I think so. You can put the actual different music in there. There's auto scroll levels. So do you remember I don't think this was in the last one either, where you'd actually the auto scrolling where the level just moves along and you've got to kind of move with it.
The evil levels.
Yeah, that's in there now. You can set the speeds of it, set where you want it to go, so you can set it to go up and down. So where the camera kind of directs where you need to go. There's vertical levels in it now, so you can work your way up a level, rather than just going left to right. What else have I got down here? The co-op creation, you can create with co-op now, in it, so there's multiplayer, so to speak.
And it can make our workplace.
Yeah, one of the big things that they did show in the trailers was all the slopes are now in the game, so you can slide down things and whatever. You can build like ramps up and down things and whatever. I made a level. It took me about an hour. Uploaded it. It's on my Twitter. The actual code, if you want it there. It is, for me, based on seeing videos and how I've played it, it seems to be, you want to be playing it in handheld. I've got a stylus, like the old iPad stylus or whatever, the touch capacitive styluses. I've used that just on the touch screen itself. And that's the kind of way you want to play it, because if you got it docked, using the controller, you're basically using your, kind of like your left analog stick as a mouse cursor, so to speak. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I've got for you on here now. Is there anything else I've missed off of here?
I don't know, Pab, I can't see it.
I don't think so. I enjoyed doing what I was doing though. I kind of found myself getting into the actual creation stuff. I did the story mode at first, did a level and went, I want to get to the meat of this. I want to see what the actual course creator stuff like is. And I found myself enjoying it. I was like, okay, can I do this? Can I do that? And you kind of just, it's kind of like just see what you can do, just kind of play with it and just trial and error sort of thing. Okay, I want to do this. Can I put this into this? Can I make this enemy a big one? Yeah, okay, I'll put wings on him. Great, okay. And you know what I mean? It's just like lots of experimentation in this game. And
well, hopefully I will be able to join you in some experimentation tomorrow.
Play my level. I don't know if you can. I think I might be wrong. I thought you could add people into the game. Add friends or whatever it is, or it's followers, follow certain people so you can keep track of their levels. I don't know if that's the thing. I've not looked that deep into it, so I might be completely wrong. But yeah, so far, based on the probably 2 hours or so that I've played it, it's pretty. It's more Super Mario Maker, and it's pretty damn good.
Excellent stuff. Anna, have you been playing anything exciting this week?
I got Judgment.
Judgment?
Yeah.
Judgment. The Yakuza people.
Yeah, from the people at Sega who make Yakuza.
Yes.
The Japanese games. So I have played Yakuza games, but I find them very in-depth and a lot of reading that I can't bother to do sometimes. But they're mental. I've had I race little cars, I go into arcades and play claw games, but then I can walk down the street and beat people up and money pops out of them.
Yep.
Very, very weird games, but they're all in Japanese. So everything you do interaction-wise is...
Well, they're not dubbed at all.
No. They're just
there is a dub in it. There is a dub in the new one, in the Judgment, I think, if I remember rightly.
Well, yeah. So I got Judgment, and I only bought it because it is in English. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not against reading, but when there's a lot of... Because, some of the cutscenes... No, but literally, some of the cutscenes can be 20 minutes long. And that's a lot of reading for me. And when I read on a screen, I get really tired eyes. because I don't have the special glasses, so my eyes get really tired, and I just turn it off because I feel tired. So this one is in English, and you're based, and which is fine. It works. Sometimes it doesn't look right, but it's in English, so I don't have to read so much. And you were a lawyer, and you had a client, and he got off of a murder charge, was set free, and then he murdered again. So you was like, nope, I'm not going to be a lawyer anymore, and you become a private detective. And then you just go and do weird little cases. It's bizarre. Like, there was this one where I had to get into a building. But to get into the building, first I had to use a drone to find out if the man that you're looking for was in the building. Then I had to break into a gate, so I had to lockpick. Then I had to kick their aircon machine thing outside. Then dress up as a repairman, and then go through the building. And then one of the baddies finds you and goes, right, this is where the whole unit of aircon is. Fix it. You fix it by going, oh, look at that over there, and then you punch. So you make everyone look away, and then you punch it, and it works. It's bizarre. It's the most bizarre. And then you find the guy, and then you have this really big fight where you throw chairs at each other, and you have like a super adrenaline superpower where you can hit twice as hard. It's the bizarrest game I've ever played. But like I haven't even. I've done one. I've got 1% of trophies, and I've played this for like 10 hours. It's bizarre. I just don't understand. And it's just weird. So, yeah. But I bought it because there's nothing else out, and I was bored. And I thought, oh, I'm going to be coming to, like, the police. I'll go and solve some crimes.
Solid justification for buying a game.
Yeah. And there's nothing out, I'm bored. So I played that. That's fun. What was the... And then I was just looking at stuff, and I thought, right, what have I got that's installed that I could play right now? And that game was Red Dead Redemption 2. So,
okay.
Last week I started the game from scratch on my other account, just so I knew what I was doing. Like, just controls for an hour in the snow. Finished that, went back to this one, like my proper account this week. Started from where I was. So I was about 51... No, Oof. 51% through the game, according to my stats. And, yeah, it's gone mental. Like, the first half of this game was nice, and you just go and did what you had to do, and just go and just be in the world, And then you get to like 50, and it's gone mental. I'm doing things that I should not be doing, but the game wants me to go that way. So, but I'm like, I don't want to, because I want to go back to before everything happened, because I was happy then. I'm not happy anymore. Well, I'm happy with, like, I'm really enjoying the game, but I'm not happy what's happening in the game, because I know how Red Dead Redemption 2 finishes because of Red Dead Redemption 1. If you know what I mean. Like, because there was the first one, and then there's do you know what I mean? Like, things happen because of the first...
because Red Dead 2 is a prequel.
Exactly.
But I tell you what, Anna, I know what happens. I know how that game ends.
What, 2?
Yeah. I wasn't bothered at all. I'm not going to say anything, but don't assume Red Dead 1, because you've played Red Dead 1, you know how this is ending. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. Like, I played this in... Was it last year it came out?
Mm-hmm.
So I played it then, and then I had uni. So, and as I just don't have the focus for this game, because it is so big. It is really intense, but yeah, I'm not. I don't want to happen what's happening, and it's driving me insane. Like, it makes me sad. That's what's happening in it, and I'm just like, no, just stop and just go in and be you. Because when he's on his own and not with his gang, he's lovely. Well, my character, lovely as anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But when he's with them lot, it's just stop. And I played like an hour of Horizon Zero Dawn just because I wanted to. I like again. There's another
Did you finish
game.
that?
No.
Oh,
I got
to finish that.
I got to an area where it says beyond this point you can't go back, so I stopped playing.
That's what you want. That's what
I
you
know.
want. That's the meat of the game. That's where they start explaining stuff. And until that point, I'm going, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then you get to that point, you go, oh, that's really good. That's what you want, Anna. You want to be there. That's exactly where you want to be.
I've just started from scratch. I'm going to play up to one of the like pyramid things. Do you know what I mean? Just play up to there, just so I can remember what them things do, because I don't remember, and then go back to my old save and finish it, because I have no idea about anything about the mountains. I just don't understand why she is motherless or how she is born.
You need to finish that. It's great.
Yeah, I know.
The ending is the best. It's worth playing. You know what I mean? The payoff is enough to suffer, because it was frustrating, that game in times, and it was good. It was a good game, but I was just like, tell me the story. Come on, stop.
Yeah.
My
last trophy on it was took back all settlements from the bandit clans, which was the 30th of the 8th, 2017. So I think I need to play it and finish it.
Yeah, because I bet, Anna, you probably...
Oh, I know, I'm at the end.
Yeah, I reckon you probably know more than half a dozen hours from finishing anyway.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, I bet you're not that far off the end.
Wow.
But then you got all the DLC as well, isn't there?
There's
the Frozen Wild as well, which is supposed to be considerably harder.
Oh, joy. Because I've been going through it thinking, like, with the Watchers, as long as you keep out of their sight, you can just walk past them. Do you know what I mean? It's not... Like, first time I played it, I was stealthy as anything. Anything that was metal, I would hide and stealth it through. But I'm thinking, if they're stood there but they're looking the other way, they ain't going to see me, because they're not looking for me. So, yeah, I need to get on there. But I think I want to finish Red Dead before I go back into Horizon, because I just want to get rid of that way, because I like the game at the moment. It's just my thing.
I guarantee you will finish Horizon before you will finish Red Dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, my horse died the other day.
Well, that'll happen.
Oh my god, I was so distraught. I had to turn it off because they killed I was in a battle, because they come out of nowhere sometimes, and it was just a bunch of them. I was on my own, and they shot me. They killed me, and then I could respawn. Whistled for my horse, and it's like this. My other horse, because I've got two horses. My other horse that was in the stable just came trotting. I walked down the road and just found my saddle. So they killed my beautiful horse, and I was like, "That's all." I couldn't even go back because of the way their save system works. It auto saves, so I didn't have a save, and I was just like, "Oh no!" But
at least you got a backup horse. At least you don't have to go and get a new horse.
Him. It's not the other horse that I patted and brushed and gave oat cakes to. But today I did shoot a alligator in the head and got a perfect skin from it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Nice. It was just there, like at the side in the swamp, just hissing at me. I thought, you know what? I don't like you. Shot in between the eyes, perfect skin. I was like, yes. Went to the trapper, he gave me $3 for it. I was like,
ooh,
3? I was like, that's horrific.
Money bags.
Yeah.
$3.
But I have $2,000 in this game. I have a lot of money. Yeah, because if I kill someone, I loot them if I have a chance to. And then you get belt buckles and earrings and rings, and I just go and sell them, and then obviously all the money adds up.
It adds up, yeah.
But I finally worked out how Red Eye works. Red Eye?
Deadeye.
Deadeye. I know how that works now. For the longest time, I didn't understand how it worked, and because I know how to get into it, but I didn't know what the mechanics were of it, like how you tag people.
Yeah.
And it's a different button than I was pressing. But I finally worked that out, and I'm having a whale of a time with it now. But the thing that annoys me is the meter keeps running out, and having to top that up in the middle. You can there's like conditions, so you can be like eat more or eat less or something like that. There's one way you get a bigger meter, don't you, for it? Yeah, for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But I've looked at my character page, and my character is underweight, so my health is low. I didn't even know that was a thing. That my actual, because I don't eat a lot, because obviously it doesn't occur to me to go and eat because it's a video game. He is underweight, and I need to fatten him up apparently. So yeah, I should go and fatten up my thing. But yes, good game. Like, it's a lot of hours. Like, because we do have it on the Xbox. Because Kevin bought it. I don't know why he bought it. He will never play it. Because
I wanted to play it.
But you'll never go on it. That's the problem. You'll never play it.
Have you never touched it at all, Kev?
I played the tutorial. It was too long. Didn't bother going back to it.
I can guarantee you didn't play the tutorial.
No, you didn't.
No, because Chapter 2 is a tutorial. Chapter 1's a prologue.
It is.
Well, I played that super boring bit anyway.
Yeah.
It took like 2 hours.
Yeah, you went to Chapter 2.
If this illustrates the rest of the game, this is absolutely dull and boring and awful.
Oh, it is. I thought the first bit was awful.
Yeah, Chapter 2 is where it starts showing you going, oh, that was just the basics of walking and running. This is how the mechanics of this game is in Chapter 2 for another 8 hours.
Not interested.
Oh, it is good though. Like, I was walking through it, so it's like, Kevin would love this if he just had design.
What you've just described means it's actually impossible for it to be good. If it takes 8, 9, 10 hours to get to the point where I'm actually playing the game, that is dumb. I'm not playing that game.
I think you probably could do it quicker, but the fact that at a certain point, Chapter 2, it kind of opens up and goes, off you go. And at what point are you just going to stick to the rules and just follow exactly what they want you to do? You're going to go and do stuff. You're going to go wandering about. That's, I mean, it lets you off the reins.
Killing horses.
Yeah, exactly. Lets you off the reins, and
but you
suddenly
can play
find
online, can't you? If you turned it on today, you could play online. Is that how it works?
Red Dead Online.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do. I don't think there's much to do with that, though.
I don't know how the kind of games work anymore. Because, like, I don't know.
I just want to kill Sheepdog's horse.
You can do that, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't think it's caught on like GTA Online, as to be fair.
Has it not?
No.
Okay.
I really don't think it has the same following. I know people still play it, but I don't think it has the same. It's not going to make the money like GTA Online has. It's basically stopped them putting any DLC out because they just made the money on the online. So. I don't know, we'll see. It's still in beta as well, so it's not actually officially out. You can still go and play it whenever you like, but it's still technically in beta.
Yeah.
So, maybe that's what their excuse of saying it's not finished.
Splendid. Well, I've spent the week largely playing Harry Potter Wizards Unite, because it's awesome, even though I think I'm one of the few people in the world who's actually playing it. I'm still flabbergasted at how many people haven't even heard of it. They've done such a poor job marketing this game. It seems like it should have been so easy to get right, because Pokemon Go was a phenomenon. Harry Potter was a phenomenon. This is the two of them combined. How is it not something that people who are interested in the other two things, they should at least be aware that this is a thing that exists? There should have been something that flashes up in Pokemon Go saying, hey, have you tried the Harry Potter Wizards Unite? People who have other Harry Potter stuff should be made aware of it. I was in the Harry Potter shop at King's Cross yesterday. No mention of this game at all. No poster up telling people that it exists. There was Platform 9 3/4 in King's Cross is a Harry Potter Wizards Unite fortress, which I found loads of fun. I'm stood there battling away in platform 9 3/4, having a whale of a time, but there's no one else there doing it. There's no mention of the game. How hard would it be, if you actually want this game to be a success, to stick a poster up on the wall next to this existing Harry Potter tourist attraction in the busiest train station in the country that just says, come and give Harry Potter Wizards Unite a try here, play the game on platform 9 3/4, download with this QR code. It's like they're not trying, and I don't understand why they're not trying. It's still top of the App Store, last time I checked, but it's just, so it's getting the nerds, but it's not getting the wider public that both Harry Potter and Pokemon Go got individually. And I just find it baffling that it feels like it was a absolutely can't miss, home run, easy peasy thing to get right. And someone, somewhere in the process, and I don't know where the fault lies, has just got it a little bit wrong. Because it's a better game than Pokemon Go is, because it's actually a game. When you're doing the fortresses, you're actually doing proper battles. You're fighting against characters. You're doing different things. You're not just tapping away the way you do in Pokemon Go raid battles.
You could tap away and have a chat, couldn't you?
Yeah, there's a proper story in this from the word go, where you're actually going out and doing. You're not just catching them all for the sake of catching them all. You're following along with a story, and the story unlocks gradually as you do different things. It is a better game. It looks much better. The graphics and the sound are so far ahead of Pokemon Go. It's not even close. But there'll be more people playing Pokemon Go this weekend than Harry Potter. Pokemon Go's 3 years old this weekend, and I just don't understand how they've messed it up the way they've messed it up, but they really have. And I do worry a little bit that we're getting to the point where the ship sailed a little bit, because if you don't get those casual players giving this a try while I'm still playing it, while the early adopters, the nerds, are still in there, because if it doesn't catch on, as much as I'm enjoying it, if no one else is playing it, sooner or later I'm going to get bored of it. There's the greenhouse thing where you can go and plant seeds and they grow, and we can walk around our town now and there's no plants growing in the greenhouses. I can go from greenhouse to greenhouse to greenhouse planting seeds. I'm the only person wandering around playing this game, and if that carries on, if no one else is playing it, I'm going to lose interest no matter how good it is. And the danger they've got is I lose interest before other people even know it exists. And I've seen it in discussions on Facebook. People who I know played Pokemon Go for a couple of weeks or a couple of months 3 years ago, who I know like Harry Potter, saying, what's this game then? What's this that you're playing? How could... Oh, just how? I don't understand. We're in the social media age, and a company has managed to release what should have been a massive game completely under the radar without even their core audience knowing it exists. And I just don't understand. You could try and do that and struggle to repeat how poor this launch has been. But the game itself is great, and I'm really enjoying it. Come and play it with me, everybody. It's wonderful. That goes for you too, Pab. You should give it a try. It is great.
I'm not installing it. There's no point, because no one's going to be playing it in a month's time, so there's no point.
If everyone took the opposite attitude to you, it still has a chance. I think it has to break out in the next week if it's got any chance at all. If it doesn't break out in the next week, then it'll be gone by Christmas. There'll be no justification for keeping it going, because I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or if Sheepdog just sent us the stats, but apparently he's got hold of the stats from somewhere, from one of his nerdy forums probably, for launch weekend downloads. Pokemon Go got in the region of 7 million downloads in its launch weekend worldwide. Harry Potter Wizards Unite, 400,000. And that just makes the point. I don't know how you could only get this in front of 400,000 people when it's an already popular, brilliant game with a brilliant franchise attached to it. Baffling how wrong they've got it. I'm annoyed at how wrong they've got it.
I don't know where he's got that number from.
Perhaps he just made it up.
Because I've just looked on the Google Play Store, and it says 5 million plus downloads.
perhaps it's had more since. I don't know. Perhaps he's going on iOS.
He's going off iOS, maybe. I don't know.
I am literally just taking Sheepdog's word for it. So it could be that the situation's already turning itself around. Who knows? Or the Google Play Store could be talking absolute turd.
Well,
but
possibly.
If you haven't given this a try, folks, and you did enjoy Pokemon Go a little bit, even if you only played it for a few weeks, if you had any fun at all in those couple of weeks, give this a try, because I promise you, it's like that, only more fun. And you might, if you play Pokemon Go for 2 weeks, you might play this for a month. And it's nice sunny weather. We've got a heat wave coming. We've got nice weather. It's nice to be outside. Come and play a bit of Harry Potter with Kev. Go on.
See, what was Sheepdog moaning about in the week? He was moaning about something running out of dust or something.
I don't even know how he's doing that.
Yeah.
He must be eating it or something.
But he's power. He's using it like proper, and he's proper going for it, isn't he? Like
but I'm proper going for it. I'm a higher level than him. I've done more stuff than he has.
You don't traipse around around the entire estate like twice a day.
No, but
like
the fact that I've accumulated more XP than him means I am playing it more. But I've never run out of the magic power stuff. What he's doing wrong, and we talked about this on the show last week, because he's got the confoundables spawning at his house, he's just sitting there collecting them the whole time, but without topping up his magic power. So when he goes out to play it, he's got hardly any. And then when he has to do stuff like fortresses and do stuff when he's out and about, he runs out. What he needs to do is just put it away when he's at home. Stop catching everything that comes to his house. Just like you'd have to in Pokemon if that was happening. Because if in Pokemon you sit there all day catching every Pokemon that comes near you without ever spinning a Pokestop, you're going to run out of Pokeballs.
Yeah.
And it's just the same thing. I don't have the game open unless I'm out playing the game. So when I'm out playing the game, I do a roughly even amount of going to inns, catching confoundables, doing fortresses, going to greenhouses. I'm just doing stuff as it comes up naturally in game. And if you just wonder about playing it, I've now played it out in the sticks where I am. I've played it in Peterborough. I played it all day down in London yesterday. And it doesn't matter which of those locations you're in. It is very well balanced. If you do everything that is presented as you're wandering around an area, you won't run out because it will constantly keep you topped up with enough to do the stuff that's in that area. So he's just playing it like an absolute pillock.
Sounds about right.
Exactly. He's an idiot and now he's pretending he's at a wedding. Don't get me started on that idiot again. I'd forgotten about him and now you've reminded me he exists.
Sorry. My apologies.
You will be. What else have you kids been playing then? Any more?
Nope.
I can tell you that it turns out I'm not done with Fortnite.
Who'd have thought?
I thought I was out, but then they pulled me back in.
How did they do that?
There is this isn't the reason. It is kind of the reason. There's like a 14 days of summer, whatever it's called, or something like that. And each day
That's a short summer, Pav.
That's all we've got this year, I'm afraid. That's what Fortnite have said. Each day they are unvaulting weapons and what have you, and they've put a load of old weapons back into the game, which have kind of made it more fun. And we've been playing it, just to do the actual weekly challenges for the battle pass, and we pretty much just play it for one day a week now, instead of just constantly every day, all the time. So we've been playing it just to do challenges, and it's not been too bad. We've kind of enjoyed it. I've had a couple of wins in that process as well, which hasn't been too bad at all, really, when you think about it. Because it's just getting very frustrating. But other than that, I've been playing more Apex. The other night, I think we had 3 wins back to back, which is insane. Just unbelievable. We had 3 wins back to back in a battle royale game, and it was great. I don't think I think I've peaked. I can't get any better than that. It's all downhill from here. But the
you
new
4 in a row, little fella. Don't put yourself down.
I mean, could do. Like I say, we did once do. No, we must have done at least 4 or 5 in a row on Fortnite when I think we won 10 out of 12 games. Which
Kev.
That was bonkers, because that felt
I didn't realise how good I'd got at Fortnite.
Yeah. But Apex, the new season starts on July 2nd, and they've released the trailer now for what's happening. So there's big old map changes like you would have in Fortnite. There's a new character coming, and the big monsters that are on the edge of the map are now started to wander into the map, so you could get squashed by the big monsters.
That sounds unfortunate.
Yeah, it would be. I can imagine that happening to me a lot because I'm just not fast enough. But I've gone to, because of our frustrations last week with Fortnite, I was like, well, if Apex is going to be my game, I better actually try and get better at it and stop playing on a controller, because up until now I've been playing on a controller because I didn't like how the controls were on mouse and keyboard. So I've been forcing myself to play mouse and keyboard and set up like different buttons on my mouse and different like shortcuts on my keyboard and stuff. And like I say, slowly but surely I'm getting better with it. And well, we got 3 wins out of 3 the other night, so we're getting there. We're getting there with Apex, and I'm looking forward to the season pass next week. I'm sure I'll tell you about it next week, because I'll actually have it.
I'd feel let down if you didn't.
I'll actually have played it next week, so I'll have stuff to talk about regarding the battle pass and whether it's any good or not.
Splendid. So is that your lot then?
I think that is my
done?
lot.
Excellent stuff.
There is the Steam sale is on.
Oh, stop it! I keep telling people telling me about this.
I'm giving people notice now if they want games for a PC and they have been holding off or they put them in the wish list, go and have a look at your wish list now. Go and have a look at it, see if you can grab a bargain. I mean, I can't realistically because I've got everything.
I don't know if they've created a new category for me
Mm-hmm.
or finally figured out that I only really play Football Manager. But as soon as I loaded up Steam, I think it was yesterday, front and centre was the management category.
Right,
and
okay.
it was absolutely chock full of stuff that I know I want. Like Planet Coaster and the House Flipper and various other stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head now. It just looks like I'd enjoy it. It's the kind of thing that I think I'd probably enjoy.
Yeah.
That Mars survival game, what's it
Surviving
called?
Mars?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
There you go. That was on there. So all kind of stuff that obviously I'm going to enjoy playing. And I just need it to stop because I got... What was that one that I got earlier in the year? Because it's Frostpunk. Obviously, I'm going to enjoy Frostpunk if I ever play it. But I bought that in the last Steam sale, installed it, and I've never opened that game.
Wow. Really?
So I can't keep buying stuff. I love the look of Frostpunk. I know if I ever get 10 hours to sit and play it, I will have a lovely time, as I would on most of these other games that are being recommended to me. But I just realistically am not getting that 10 hours to sit out here in the garage playing a game. So it needs to stop and leave me alone. Steam sale is banned. Discussion of not acceptable. Move on. New topic of conversation. Banned. Bab. Banned.
Oh. I know. There's something else I have been playing a little bit of.
What's that?
I've been playing a little bit of Sea of Thieves.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a mistake.
It's still going. It's still a thing. It's bigger than ever. They've now got a story mode in it and an actual...
What, so it's an actual game
plausible
now?
Story to it. Apparently so, yeah. You start a quest off in the tavern, and then you are given like a book to read, and you've got to study it. You've got to kind of follow the riddle to where you're going, and that leads to another book, and then you've got to find something from a sunken ship or something there, and it goes on and so on and so forth. One of my friends was streaming the other night, and I jumped in and helped him play some Sea of Thieves with him for a bit. It was fun. It seemed, as always, I think with that game, it is made better with friends. If you play it on your own, I could not imagine playing that on your own. I think I was playing it on my own earlier in the night to see if if once it had updated and seeing if anything had changed and what have you. And I was getting griefed by a bunch of kids. I was actually there was kids in there. I loaded in, and straight away, my ship was next parked up on the island as you do, and there's another ship next to me straight away. I'm like, oh great, here we go. And I could hear them, little American kids, and I heard him go, "Oh, there's someone here," and I just like, right, you're getting it. I'm just shooting him straight away, not even taking a chance. So I shot him straight away. Didn't kill him, and his teammates came along and they all beat me up, and I died. And I could hear them all talking, because you could hear them all over like the near like voice chat. And he's going, let's go on this ship. Not realising I'm all just spawned there. There's nothing in the ship. It's empty. And then continue to get spawn killed for about 10 minutes by him. To which point one of them wasn't killing me, but the other ones were, and he kept apologising for his mate, which was quite funny. He kept apologising. And then I thought, right, you're getting it now. They all went on the they went onto the island to sell the stuff on, what have you, disappeared onto the island for a bit. So I went onto the ship and emptied it. I went onto their ship. Someone else, a French team, was on across the other side of the island, and I saw them. I went over to them, and I danced with them and what have you, played some music with them and what have you. They were friendly. So what I did, I saw them sailing off, and they stopped. And what I did, I just started loading all the stuff from these kids' ship into their ship. I go, here, have all this, come on. And I'm just loading stuff off this ship. So these kids are off selling the stuff and messing about on the island. I'm just emptying their ship. And I sent it off, waved at the French guys. They're all looking at me, going, what's all this from? Whoa, where did this come from? They're confused. Obviously I don't speak French, and they don't. Well, I didn't have a mic on, so I didn't. So I just kind of waved at them, did a little dance to them, and then I jumped off the ship and logged off. There you go. That's my good deed done for the day. But yeah, it's still out there. There's, like I said, there's loads of stuff in there now. There's like krakens and giant sharks, megalodons, and like I said, there's story mode in it now. There's actual story stuff in it. Like I say, how good it is, I don't know. But the year 1 content update did huge things for it. And I got a Master Chief ship. Got a Master Chief on the front of the ship, and it's green because I logged on during E3 or whatever it was. So that was fun as well. But yeah, that is your lot. That is all I've got for you.
Splendid. Well, we'll just do the usual reminder that MGPX is fast approaching. I think we're 3 weeks away from the event as of now when the podcast comes out. All T-shirts from pre-order T-shirt things should now be with people who ordered them. If you did order a T-shirt through Indiegogo and you haven't had one, and you've told me your size, let me know and I'll chase it up. If you ordered one and you still haven't got back to me with your size, I've sent all the ones people have asked for. I haven't actually checked everyone replied though, so if you're wondering where's my T-shirt that I've paid for, you need to get in touch pronto. The shirts are still available on differentisnotbroken.com, but there's no guarantees at this point that they'll be with you in time for the event. They officially have a 3-week turnaround on them, although the ones that I've ordered recently have all been arriving within like 3 or 4 days. But there's no guarantees. So if you want to be able to wear one of these shirts to the event, your best chance is to order this weekend, really. Differentisnotbroken.com. They're on there. I'll leave them on there all the way up to the event, even though I said I'd take them down. I'm just a giving man. You can still give us money all the way up to the event if you want to. We'll happily take your cash off you, and it will all go towards the having fun on the day and stuff. But we've got the lanyard sorted as well. The event itself is starting to take shape, not take place. We've got the live podcast is a work in progress. We've got the quiz lined up. We've got the raffle lined up. We're actually starting to accumulate some prizes now. And it's looking like it's going to be a lovely, lovely, lovely day. So make sure you come along. Remember, as ever, it's a pay what you want event. So there's no cost to get in, but you can just pay what you think the event is worth when you get there or before you leave. But every £1 you spend on tickets will get you an entry into the raffle. So obviously the more you pay for your tickets, the more chance you have of winning something good in the raffle. And there is some good stuff in the raffle now. It's not just a load of Sheepdog's old T-shirts and stuff like we thought it might have to be. Sheepdog, any tins of corned beef Sheepdog's still got lying around in his cupboards now he's a vegetarian. Get Harvest Festival, get that in there. Have some beans. It's not just going to be that now. And who knows, it might not be that at all if we keep getting more prizes, which would be excellent. So come along, have fun with us. There is a Facebook event page for it as well now, so if you just go to Mature Gamer Podcast on Facebook, which I think is facebook.com/Mature Gamer Podcast. If you just search for it, you should be able to find it. But via that or via either of my Facebook pages, so Lelujo or the Chapman family, any of those are going to lead you to the event, and then it's got all the details that I've just outlined are on there as well. If you want to check any of the details, check where it is, that kind of thing, it's all on the Facebook group page. And I think that's your lot. So, as ever, make sure you follow us on Twitter at MGUK Podcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
And I'm at Pab 1986.
What are you laughing at, little fella?
I'm laughing at. I nearly just went, I'm Arby. So I just said, I nearly said, I just went into automatic, I just listened to it, and I nearly said it.
They've already been told Sheepdog's
I know,
tagged
we don't
today,
need to know that.
They need to be sending in messages, letting them know how realistic this supposed Friday night wedding is. It's obviously not happening because Sheepdog's a liar. He's just eating ribs somewhere and doesn't want us to know. Dirty, dirty Sheepdog. See you next week, boys and girls.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, folks.